Happy birthday, Libra. It is the middle of October, almost, 2017. Almost in the Scorpio season, but it's still Libra, so we're doing Libra first. Yesterday was my birthday. Look what I got. Oh my goodness. I can't wait. So I saved these to mess with them today because I wanted to do your reading with them first. It is the Crystal Tarot by Philip Primuch. These, I just love them so much. It's basically the regular Rider-Waite Tarot, but each card is also associated with a crystal. So I have my big bucket full of, chalice full of magical stones here, and we'll see how that works out. Okay, so it is October 2017, mid-month. General and or love readings for my Libra brothers and sisters. Feeling good, loving the weather, loving the smells of fall. What do we have for Libras with our brand new deck? Calling in angels, calling in spirit guides, calling in anyone from the highest good, please, to come and join our Libra friends with messages. Okay, past. All right. I have crystals everywhere. There's none of them. This might take a little trial and error. We'll see. Okay, so no jumpers, which is a little, you know, what's up with that? Because I'm used to having jumpers. I've got an abalone shell, Palo Santo in there. It's burning still. I wanted to make sure I smudged up these cards really good because it is the first time I'm using them. So, in your recent past, so this is probably going to be like last week in September, first couple of weeks in October, your base, you have the Devil. So we have some kind of temptation happening. Possibly some issues with a Capricorn, but more importantly, you know, when I'm touching this and feeling that, oh, so this is, you're talking about temptation, but then under that you have some kind of completion. And you have, so your spread for the recent past is Five of Swords, which talks about a little bit of betrayal with the King of Wands. So someone with fiery energy. Oh my goodness, just picking up these cards, I'm getting all kinds of messages like, okay, so there was a betrayal with a person in your life, right? And then it gave you this idea. This is the Ace of Wands, this passionate, like, what if this? Or what if, just what if? And then you're like, tempted to do so. And just, I just got a clairvoyant image touching your toe into the water. And you're like, oh, I just heard it feels so good. And then you're like, bam, over. Whatever the situation is. And there you are as the Queen of Swords under that. Queen of Swords is, you know how us Libras are, how air signs are. When they cut, they cut. And when you cut, it's cut. So, cut. Okay, so recent past. A little bit of betrayal, a little bit of harsh words here with some kind of male person who is, and normally I would say it's male or female, doesn't matter, but I do feel like in this case it is male. I just heard that was wrong. Okay, so it could be male or female. And I guess that's because there's so many people that are being read for this. So we're going to take either gender for any card. Okay, betrayal with someone in your life who is very passionate and really, I'm just like stumbling through this, which is insane because I'm a Libra and normally I'm like, you know, really talky. Okay, so we're talking about, in your recent past, this new idea, this new passionate thing, and it caused you to be tempted to want to make an ending. So then we're moving into your present right here. Three of Wands. Something that's going on in your current space that is causing you. Three of Wands is watching your ships come in, but more importantly, it's about almost having the foundation, because there's 3 wands, and you know the 4 of Wands is this happy, like, stable place. So the 3 of Wands is watching the ships come in, so like you know that it's almost there. So whatever you're waiting on, I heard, that's what I heard, waiting, you're waiting. And then you have the 8 of Swords, and well, that makes perfect sense because the 8 of Swords talks about feeling trapped. So you're waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and in the meantime, while you're waiting, you're feeling trapped. That makes sense to me. Then you have the 9 of Wands. Okay, so if both the 8 of Swords and 9 of Wands are in a circular pattern where you're just standing still. And actually, I just felt a little bit of like pain right here. It is painful to just feel stuck, like you can't do anything, especially when you know that you're it's almost there. So, and look at that, right in your base you have the King of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups and the 3 of Cups. So your base for the present, what's in your mind right now, is this solid, sturdy person who has this, I keep hearing foundation, and then I'm led to pick this one back up. We talked about how it's almost the full foundation, you just need the 4th one, right? So then there's this person in your life, or that you want to be in your life, that's supposed to bring this new, you know, this is the Ace of Cups. Your cup runneth over with love and emotion, right? And connected to this person, that seems like a pretty perfect, you know, partner to have. And then you have the 3 of Cups, which is celebration. So, I mean, yeah. Is it celebration? Or is it there's too many people involved and that's why you're waiting and waiting and waiting? That's just some messages for somebody. And then in your, yikes. So, okay, so coming up, this is going to be like Halloween time. You're going to be feeling like there's heartbreak happening. But and that's because you got the 3 of Swords. And here's why I'm saying it's going to feel like that. Because for those Libras that have been trying to manifest this tempting end, it's so tempting to put an end to whatever this is that's on your mind. And for those of you who do it, like you stop waiting and you finally get the other rod, it's going to hurt. Because any chapter, if you look back in your life, any chapter that closed and then a new one started right after that, was there not a bit of mourning for what was? Or what should have been? I heard what should have been. And that's important because you're mourning what should have been, but you got to remember that it was never going to be. So I see some of you like trying to turn around, like maybe one more time, but I just don't, because I keep hearing what should have been, what's not going to be. Because then, so you're mourning this, but then you have the 8 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Pentacles is almost content. And so we have this 3 where it's almost a foundation, then you have this 8 where it's almost content. So you're kind of like standing on this precipice of something that is really lovely. But you're just like in that place where it feels like limbo. And then you've got the Hermit who stands by himself in limbo. So there's a lot of cards here that indicate that you're kind of standing alone and waiting. And then here you have, as your base for the future, you have Temperance. So this is Sagittarius, but it's also about making good decisions, making balanced decisions. The next card doesn't draw me at all. So, okay. I'm going to use the regular tarot way to do some clarifiers here, because I feel like this message for this reading is for people who have put an end to some kind of cycle in their life. Okay. And I just feel this wave of like, oh, it hurts. Oh, but it's great. Oh, it hurts. Oh, but I'm getting what I asked for. But it does hurt because, I mean, they don't call them growing pains for no reason. Please, Spirit, please give us more clarify. Woo! Thank you. That's funny. I'll explain why in just a second. One more, please. Thank you. All right. So, first things first, I always find repeater cards, cards that have come out twice in one setting, to be the most relevant. And in this case, we got the Three of Cups twice. So this is going to be indicative of the fact that soon you will be celebrating, or the reason you're so tempted to put an end to this cycle is because of an additional person. In which case, as Libras, that's not balanced. There's this side and that side, and it goes like this. There's a yin and there's a yang that go together. When you try to add something in threes, it doesn't always, there's not ever an equal balance when there's three. Third wheel, or whatever they call that. Okay, so 3 is going to be important to you for the next couple of weeks. I want you to pay attention to who is in your life, who's around. And so whatever the situation is, if this is resonating for you, it's important to recognize the fact that it has the devil attached to it. And it has, whatever this is attached to the end of a cycle. But with the end comes these new beginnings. You have this Ace of Pentacles, and you have an Ace of Cups. So these are 2 brand new beginnings coming towards you. I heard if you should choose. So if you're going to go down, if you're going to pick one and go down that route, then you're going to have brand new love and brand new tangible things like household, money, earthly, stuff. So, we're talking about choices here. And here's the one I was laughing at, because this is in the Ten of Pentacles. And all of these almost cards almost built foundation. What was the other one? Almost done working on this thing, right? This is the completion. This is a completion. So Libra, we're in a place right now where we are tempted to make some kind of choice. Ask a Libra to make a choice in the middle of Libra season. How is that working out for all of us? Because just no. So I hope that resonated with you. I keep looking over here because I'm actually drawn to draw an oracle card. I wasn't planning on doing that, especially because I just realized that I got these crystal cards and didn't use any of my crystals. I think I'm going to have to practice with that before I enact that in a moment, because this is my flow, and trying to add new stuff, it's not really working for me right now. Spirit, why'd you have me pick up these cards? What you got? Okay. Says, my purpose in creating you, my spiritual offspring, was for me to know myself as God. I have no way to do that except through you. Except through you. Thus it can be said, and has been said many times, that my purpose for you is that you should know yourself as me. Okay. Okay. That doesn't, okay, so these are divine conversations. Okay. And this talks about source telling you that you are essentially you are source. We all are. And that this temptation that you're feeling, I feel like the word, the devil, makes you like, well, that must make it bad. It doesn't. How many times in life are we tempted to do things that are good? Like, that feels good. That makes me happy. I'm tempted to do that all the time. It doesn't have to be some kind of, terrible thing. Okay? So this card is speaking about the fact that we are spiritual beings living a human experience, and that what source is love. And if you have these options here, and one of them makes you feel one way and the other one makes you feel the other way, maybe one is lightness, one is darkness, however you want to put that balance out there as Libras, okay, this card is telling us that our job here, God's purpose for us, Source's purpose for us, our purpose in the universe, is to live expelling love, because that is what the universal energy is, right? So if you're tempted to move in this direction of this energy that draws you in, and you're like, ooh, I feel good around this person. Like, I feel like I want to help, and I feel like I want to go out and do things now. But then you go to this other party and you're feeling like, yeah, okay, I'm content. It's fine. Do you want to be like, ooh, I feel good? Or do you want to be like, it's all right, I feel good? So there's a spectrum there. But this card is important because it tells you that your job, your only real job living inside of this meat suit, is to expel love all the time, in your thoughts, in your words, in your actions. Mind, body, spirit, right? So thus, I'm joking about trying to make Libras make a choice in the middle of Libra season. Make the choice. Put the people, or put whatever the situation is, on your scales. And the one that makes you feel like it brings the most universal source of energy and goodness, that's your choice. Says so right here in the cards. Libra. So, okay, it's almost time for Scorpios. Fine. We'll let it be Scorpio season, and then next year we'll shine again for this month, and it'll just be awesome. But I will be back for the first couple of weeks. I'm probably going to do something awesome for Halloween, Samhain, because that's my time, and talking about crossing the veil and how to, maybe if you guys want to learn how to do that for yourself, that's kind of my sole purpose here, is to teach people how to do all of this stuff, because we all have the ability to do any of this, to connect with your guides, talk to your guides, learn the things. It's fine. So if this resonated with you, please do like, subscribe, share. I got myself a fancy Instagram account now, so I'm dharmajane.8. Not really sure how to use Instagram, but there's pictures on there, so we'll see how that starts to work out. And Facebook, dharmajane8. And if you would like a private reading, please give me an email, dharmajane8@gmail.com. Until Halloween, have a good one, Libra.